Hello, everybody. My name is George, and my thought today is about light and darkness. The week just gone is one in which light and dark come right up to our attention. The clocks went back, and the nights have drawn in. We're suddenly very aware that winter is on its way and dark months are stretching ahead. Our culture echoes this natural shortening of the days and growing of the dark with various festivals. This weekend has been Halloween and then All Saints' Day. The Old English name for All Saints' Day is All Hallows' Day, and the full name of Halloween is All Hallows' Eve. On All Hallows' Eve, the Church prepares for All Saints' Day by thinking about the evil and the darkness that threatens our world and our lives. Of course, in our society, All Hallows' Eve tends to get treated as just a bit of fun with children dressing up in costumes. But that doesn't blunt the reality of evil that we should be legitimately wary of. And then, on All Saints' Day, we celebrate those people who have trusted in the victory over evil won by Jesus Christ, and who have allowed the Holy Spirit to transform them to the extent that they have become signs of God's victory and holy love for us all. They are like lights shining in the darkness. All Saints' Day marks the beginning of a whole series of Christian festivals that run through the dark days of winter by focusing on Jesus as light of the world. Christ the King, Advent, Christmas, Epiphany, and then on to the ultimate triumph of light as spring begins with Easter and the celebration of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, the defeat of the ultimate darkness, death. So, light and darkness have been much on my mind this week. I've been reading poetry by T.S. Eliot, particularly a poem called The Rock. It was originally a play performed in 1934 with over 300 actors to raise money for the building of new churches in the suburbs of the growing city of London. The poem's all about the building of one church in the city and weaves into its story a multitude of historical and contemporary theological reflections. T.S. Eliot was one of the earliest to diagnose what we now call the postmodern condition of anxiety and uncertainty. Yet Eliot also, in 1927, discovered he had a new developing Christian faith. Although we are now many decades on, I think his poetry continues to speak into our age. In the final chorus of this section of the poem called The Rock, Eliot brings the focus on to Jesus Christ, the light of the world, who overcomes all evil. As he puts it just before the passage I'm going to read, evil is the great snake who lies ever half awake at the bottom of the pit of the world. So here's just two verses that I really loved this week about light that overcomes evil. O light invisible, we praise thee, too bright for mortal vision. O greater light, we praise thee for the less. The eastern light our spires touch at morning, the light that slants upon our western doors at evening, the twilight over stagnant pools at bat flight, moonlight and starlight, owl and mothlight, glowworm glowlight on a grass blade. O light invisible, we worship thee. We thank thee for the lights that we have kindled, the light of altar and of sanctuary, small lights of those who meditate at midnight, and lights directed through the coloured panes of windows, and light reflected from the polished stone, the gilded carven wood, the coloured fresco. Our gaze is submarine. Our eyes look upward and see the light that fractures through unquiet water. We see the light, but see not whence it comes. O light invisible, we glorify thee. Briefly, three reasons I love this poem. First, the light's not just the light of day and bright things, obvious things, but everything can have light shine through it, even the things of night. The twilight over stagnant pools at bat flight, moonlight and starlight, owl and mothlight. Second, even our own little lights are included. Eliot says, small lights of those who meditate at midnight. And finally, our lowly, muddled position may put us at a disadvantage, but we can still see the light of God if we look carefully. He uses this image of being submarine, as if under the sea. Our gaze is submarine, our eyes look upward, and see the light that fractures through unquiet water. We see the light, but see not whence it comes. O light invisible, we glorify thee. I hope you like the poem. Maybe rewind and listen again. And I pray you see something of God's light in this darkening season. Thanks for listening. Bye.